Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Nikki Verd and I am the voice for those who yearn to upskill, innovate, disrupt the status quo and recreate themselves in a world that's fast changing. I am also the author of the best-selling book, Disrupt Yourself or Be Disrupted. Now, if you are new to my channel, take a quick moment and please hit the like button below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button below as well. These actions help support my channel and helps me grow and create more amazing content for you, just like this one.
Kigali, the fast-growing capital of Rwanda, has the ambition to become a center of urban excellence in Africa. The city continues to shift paradigms and set a new standard for sustainable urbanization by launching a visionary development project, Green City Kigali.
We expect the Green City Kigali project to be a city of the future. When it comes to innovative solutions, we expect it to, have the best. Roads are not just roads for cars. We also expect them to be roads where pedestrians have walkways. We expect to have cycle lanes as well as dedicated bus lanes. And why not self-driving cars?
After successfully launching the construction of Africa's Silicon Valley worth $2 billion, known as Kigali Innovation City, Rwanda is now moving towards building the first ever green city in Africa to be equipped with green technology and innovation to fight environmental degradation and air pollution. The project is estimated to cost about $5 billion and is said to be bringing Wakanda into reality. And so, if you are intrigued about development in Rwanda as much as I am, stick around, let's explore together.
Young and thriving, Rwanda continues to write its success story. A long-term vision, citizen-centered economic growth, and a strong green agenda make the country attractive to foreign investors and entrepreneurs alike.
Rwanda is a uniquely beautiful mountainous country that stands at the divide between East and Central Africa. From here, surrounded by unique and magnificent biodiversity, within the largest mountainous forest in the Albertine Rift, flow the headwaters of the White Nile to the east.
Green City Kigali is a pioneering concept by the government of Rwanda as a response to emerging global issues and climate change. African cities are rapidly growing, and the United Nations predicts that the continent's population will double by 2050, most of which will be concentrated in urban areas. And so, Rwanda is being futuristic and addressing this issue early on, as many people will be moving to cities in hopes of finding employment and better living conditions, of course.
Africa's future is urban. The continent's urban population is the fastest growing globally. By 2035, every second person in Africa is likely to live in a town or city. This will total about 926 million people, or 438 million more than today. By 2030, 6 of the world's 41 megacities will be in Africa.
The government of Rwanda is making sure that these trends do not lead to further growing inequalities, poverty, or environmental degradation. And so Rwanda is committed to global goals dedicated to setting standards for future sustainable urban development. They are taking a holistic approach to integrate green buildings, design, recycling, as well as efficient and renewable energy. Green City Kigali will become a blueprint for other cities and regions across the entire African continent.
By carefully stating national aims, the government of Rwanda has for many years provided an integrated policy that stresses sustainable development. Building on its long-term core strategies, Rwanda has continued to develop additional innovative green economic initiatives.
Feasibility study of the ambitious urban development project has been carried out. The design competition is currently going on, which includes some of the world's most prestigious urban planning and architectural design firms. The winner of the design competition will develop a master plan for the Green City in Kigali, and construction is set to officially begin in 2022. There's a lot of noise about Rwanda, and it's all for the right reasons. Rwanda is consistently being praised for its progress in implementing technology initiatives, building productive partnerships with the private sector, and creating an environment where innovation can flourish. This East African country with a tragic history have decided to rewrite their story, and they are turning tragedy into opportunity and creating an environment of innovation.
Recent history in Rwanda has not always been kind. But from profound suffering and sadness, Rwandans are now striving to ensure the future will be peaceful and sustainable.
Because the country lacks natural resources to fuel its economy, the government has been investing heavily in technology, infrastructure, and the skills of the Rwandan people. Rather than seeking aid, President Paul Kagame reaches out to private companies to invest in Rwanda, and they see it as partnership. He says, I can learn from somebody, I can work with somebody else, but never allow anyone else to manage or to control your life.
Africa is nobody's prize to win or lose. Not at all. It is our responsibility as Africans to take charge of our own interests and develop our continent to its full potential.
People have started referring to Rwanda as the Singapore of Africa, but Paul Kagame says there's more to growing a country than simply replicating a model that has worked somewhere else. Much of the technology innovation that's taking place in Rwanda is based around Rwandan people coming up with homegrown solutions. In an interview with Wired UK, Paul Kagame said, the whole idea of being innovative isn't national, but it is global. It is not confined only to Rwanda, but within there is that Rwandan portion. Certain problems require locally generated solutions, he explains, but these are more likely to be durable and give Rwanda an edge in the global innovation landscape. He believes that even local innovation should be globally competitive.
You will not understand everything from day one, and that is fine. You see, Rwanda is not just a country with borders and an anthem and a flag. It has a particular spirit, a particular essence.
If Paul Kagame has his way, Rwanda's economy will be reliant in future on entrepreneurship, technology, innovation, and services. The ambition for the Green City Kigali is to become a transformative project, linking affordable housing with climate change adaptation and mitigation measures to help establish standards for sustainable urban development that can be replicated in other parts of Rwanda and even beyond. The Green City will integrate green buildings and designs, electric vehicles, electric bicycles and motorcycle lanes, renewable energy, biogas plants, and a system that prevents environmental degradation and air pollution. The Green City will be equipped with sustainable waste treatment, urban forests, many factories, and affordable neighborhood for low and middle income residents in Kigali, as well as innovation for homegrown solutions and local construction materials. It is important to note that Rwanda is already the third greenest country in the world, and the United Nations declared Kigali, the capital of Rwanda, as the most beautiful and cleanest city in Africa. Kigali isn't only the cleanest city, but also the safest city in Africa. While I was visiting Rwanda last year, I took a walk with a friend on the streets of Kigali at 10 p.m. and I've never felt so safe in my life. While many countries in Africa are yet to wake up to the effects of global warming and the positives of making policies around environmental conservation, in 2016, Rwanda started introducing car-free days and car-free zones in order to curb air pollution.
Services provided by nature are the very foundation of human, economic, and social well-being. And in many countries in Africa, the poor are the most dependent on them and thus the most adversely affected by environmental degradation.
Currently, all non-biodegradable plastics are banned in Rwanda, and the country has a monthly day of community cleaning service. Other African countries such as Uganda, Ethiopia have also adopted monthly car-free days, an initiative launched by their governments to encourage non-motorized transportation and to fight air pollution in a bid to preserve the environment and promote a healthy lifestyle as well. This is what shaping a better future looks like. This is the Africa we want. With the Green City project, Rwanda is looking to further consolidate its position as Africa's capital for green living. Like I mentioned before, Rwanda is already being celebrated as having the third greenest city in the world. All non-biodegradable plastics have been banned in Kigali. Again, I was in Kigali just before the world went on lockdown, and I got to experience this in real time.
Can't believe you brought a plastic bag to Rwanda where it's banned. You should be arrested.
As to how that plastic on my head smuggled its way out of Kigali's international airport and made it to the convention center is something I cannot explain, all right? And don't ask me why I had the plastic bag on my head. It's an African woman thing, I think. Shout out to KG who recorded that video.
When visitors come to Rwanda, they are informed on the plane on the existence of a ban on plastic bags.
Okay, back to our conversation. President Paul Kagame is a leader like no other, a president among presidents, a leader who walks the talk. He doesn't make empty promises to his people. He is all about building institutions and not just creating policies but implementing them. Paul Kagame is known as the digital president and the first African president to open a Twitter account to engage directly with the public. Yes, you heard me right. He is an avid social media user. He talks about the importance of having his own personal Twitter handle, which is separate from his official presidential account, of course. And for me, I have to say it's quite refreshing to see an African head of state embracing a global forum of dialogue that many African leaders are yet to fully adopt. Undoubtedly, Paul Kagame has embraced the challenge of leading a technology movement in Rwanda. The effort to transform Rwanda into a knowledge-based economy through creating a culture of innovation by investing in technology, infrastructure, and the skills of the Rwandan people has earned him the title of the digital president.
Today, Rwanda is viewed as a relevant and reliable partner that engages with integrity. These values stem from our culture and is exemplified in the leadership, starting with His Excellency President Kagame.
This is what good leadership can do for a country. Rwanda doesn't have natural resources as other African countries, yet they are doing the most with what they have. Just imagine what will happen on the continent if every African leader were to adopt Rwanda's model of leadership and innovation. The ongoing Kigali Innovation City Project and the Green City Project are part of Rwanda's national strategy for transformation aimed at establishing Rwanda as a globally competitive knowledge-based economy. Kigali Innovation City is the first of its kind in Africa, as well as Kigali Green City Project is also another first of its kind on the continent.
Our model of governance and development is working. We should be proud of it.
While many African presidents are focusing more on re-elections without delivering on their election promises, Rwanda is showing what's possible when you empower the people to solve their own problems rather than promising to solve their problems for them. With the Green City Project, Rwanda is entering into a more greener world of cleaner, safer, and healthy, broader green ecosystem. Once fully built and functional, the city will become a place of sustainable, affordable, green, inclusive urban living, a place full of life. The realization of this project will certify Rwanda as home to Africa's first ever green city. housing environmentally friendly mini factories, fully electric vehicles, and environmentally sustainable, affordable, local craft production centers. As mentioned before, official construction of this ambitious project will start in 2022. Of course, there are other similar projects across the continent, like the Akon City in Senegal, Wakanda City of Return in Ghana. But let's see which one will come to realization first. I'm curious to know which one you think has the potential to succeed and why. Is it Green City Kigali, or Akon City Senegal, or Wakanda City of Return in Ghana? Share with me your predictions in the comment section below.
Rwanda can be surprising. Nature in Rwanda is raw and powerful. The natural ecosystems are unique and precious.
In an effort to achieve their big vision and thrive beyond the Green City project, Rwanda has established a Green Fund, FONEWA, a groundbreaking investment fund and the largest of its kind in Africa, in order to achieve this vision of low carbon and climate resilient economy by 2050. The fund supports public and private projects that have the potential for transformative change and supports Rwanda's commitment to building a green economy.
Convincing policymakers of the contribution of natural capital to the economy and human well-being has always been a great challenge. Yet, Rwanda has demonstrated that it is not impossible.
So, Rwanda is leading the way on how Africa should be using technology to build knowledge-based economies and leapfrog industrialization. As with many other African countries, a huge section of Rwanda's population is under the age of 35, which is why the president is very particular about instilling the mindset of innovation and solving your own problems in the country's youth. So, for young people, the ability to innovate and to solve problems is limitless. So the earlier African governments start investing in this demographic, the better.
For Africa and other developing nations, this is a major concern. Our growing and youthful population is an asset, but we have to ensure that there is sufficient economic opportunities for them. Governments, private sector, and civil society can partner more efficiently to facilitate digital entrepreneurship for the 2030 agenda and beyond.
Africa's digital economy is a Pan-African responsibility. Africa as a whole has the youngest population in the world, and so the big question is, should other African leaders emulate Rwanda's model of development?
To what extent is the Rwandan model exportable to other African countries?
One, Rwanda is almost on everything work in progress. We are still doing a number of things, still experimenting, but some progress has been made. Now, in terms of that being a model, I suppose relates to what has worked, even in the worst of circumstances, or the adversity we have faced has been so challenging. Therefore, the model we have applied can apply in other places depending on demonstration of where we have come from, what challenge we have addressed, and the outcomes. Now, therefore, it's not the overall model that is going, but except if you pick a few pieces. One piece I have in mind is the model is going to work because it builds on putting people at the center of addressing the problems, and involving them. And from there, you move forward. The second piece is if you can change people's mindset. For example, in our case, what we tried to do was, and this is practically a discussion with everybody or people in our society. We would go to every part of our country, we have a conversation with our people, and tell them that much as we have a lot of problems, there is a lot in them that they can bring out to meet these challenges and address them. So we are telling people that, we had been telling people all along that you can't sit back and wait that people will come and help. Yes, many times people have come and helped, absolutely. But why wait for people to come and help, even on things you can do yourself?
To my fellow Africans, we have a continent to build. We are the heroes we have been waiting for. There is so much innovation happening across the continent that gets me really excited. This is Africa's time. Wakanda is real. And so if you are interested to know more about other innovations that are happening across the continent, get my best-selling book, Disrupt Yourself or Be Disrupted. It's available on Amazon and on my website. I'll share the links in the description below. And if you are excited about Africa, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do not forget to share this video and to subscribe if you haven't done so. I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.